Hello and thank you for checking out my channel, Magic Meets Masculinity. The goal of this channel is to introduce magic and the occult to a wider audience of young men, so that they may use it to find the way in society that has left most of us behind. It's no secret that things that traditionally were to get men through life, they just don't exist anymore. Things like manufacturing jobs. A man can't just go out, get a manufacturing job, work hard, provide for his family, be able to buy a house. Those things are much, much harder to get. Even the promise of going to school and getting a degree and an education don't guarantee these things. If anything, it does guarantee is a large amount of debt. But men are graduating far behind women, and there's no support to try and get more men into college. So as a result, men are lost and they feel as if they have no purpose, which makes sense because men thrive when they feel like they have a sense of purpose. Media and YouTube stars tell men to work hard, get rich, buy a fancy car, a big house, and then maybe, just maybe, you might be able to meet a companion that might want to start a family. Now, I'm not trying to take away from any of that, because being able to provide for yourself and others is important, but this only meets material needs. The soul craves a different type of nourishment, a spiritual nourishment. What magic in the occult world can bring is a spiritual substance, a strength that you find within yourself that will guide you through life to fulfill your true will. What is true will? True will is finding out your exact purpose in the universe. People with a surface level of knowledge of the occult think it's about bringing what you will into the universe, that you will be able to just drive what you want and make it happen. That's definitely not the case. What it is you are trying, the universe has a plan for you. God has a plan for you, whatever you believe. And that you have a specific purpose in this universe. Like a cell in your body has to make your body function. Those same forces that hold our very smallest part of our being together, the atom, are the same forces that keep the planet in alignment. As above, so below. The very thing that created the nuclear bomb resides within us, the sun, and beyond. It's all connected. Actively searching to find your true will gives you men a sense of purpose, and this is co-signed by the divine. In order to follow this path, you have to believe in a higher power. It could be God, the universe, or any number of spiritual systems or magical paths. Each one of them brings something to the table. Me personally, I'm a Christian who follows ceremonial magic and does spirit work. I have a particular spirit that I almost work with exclusively, and she chose me. That itself I'll get into a video all on its own. But I assure you, I have built a wonderful relationship with her. So the basics before you even get started is to look up your astrological chart. I know this is largely utilized by women, but I don't think a lot of men understand exactly what astrology is and how it impacts our day-to-day lives. The signs and the planets that you are born under give you different attributes about your personality and expected outcomes in life. Think of these as like a base stats in a video game. Some are going to be stronger than others. The weaker the placements are the best opportunities for you to growing, with your Saturn placement being the most important. Saturn represents restriction and lessons in your part of life. Think of Saturn's rings surrounding and binding you to what lesson you need to learn. It's going to force you to learn that lesson one way or another. It's just the fact, are you going to listen to that? Astrology is also used in the world events and how to make money, and even Disney uses it to decide on their release dates for their TV shows. Loki and Hawkeye are two such examples that I can think of off the top of my head. But this whole subject of astrology is another subject I'm going to get into greater detail down the road. I'll make specific videos for it. What is magic? Magic is using the subconscious mind to tap into reality's source code in order to increase synchronicities to make your intention manifest. The more you do it, the better you become. People are doing magic all the time, and they don't even realize it. Think about someone who really wants a particular job. They are focused, and then all of a sudden they get a call for an interview, and when they go to it, the buses, traffic, or subways, the times they all fall into place, everything goes easy for it to work out exactly how the person wants it to. Now, this is a basic explanation for this, but once again, with other things, I will go into detail later time. Now, a little bit about me. Life hasn't been easy. I had an abusive childhood, went through bullying, violence, and at one point I was a part of a gang. At some point in my life, I was a concert promoter that was well known in my city. I could get guest listed to any concert. I could get into any club I wanted, any of the parties. Everything was available to me. I have been irrelevant. I have been hated. I have been loved. I've been hated again. And I fall into irrelevancy. Each one of these things was preparing me for the next and for exactly where I needed to be. Walking this path isn't easy because you will be tested. Like I assure you, you will be tested. But as men, we're up to the challenge because men love a challenge when they know it means something. As men, we need the challenge and understanding that there is a greater purpose to this challenge, and that makes it so much easier to take on. You are never given a weight that you can't bear, and each time you lift the weight, you will get stronger. My goal for this channel is to eventually build a community of like-minded men where we can work together, share notes, support each other, and go out in the world and be of service. Even if I only manage to have 10 spiritually jacked individuals who know martial arts, I would consider this a complete success. 10 warrior monks, right? Now to wrap things up with tarot. With each video, I'll end up going over a specific card and parts of what the card represents. Divination is a very useful tool for people to use. It can give you an outlook on what path you need to take. Today's card is the Fool, which is the very first card in the deck. What is called the Major Arcana is a story, and each card you go through is another chapter of that story. The Fool card is associated with the planet Uranus, which represents rebellion, technology, and innovation. People will consider you as a fool as you start your spiritual journey. They'll try to dissuade you. They will think that you're a loser. They won't understand it. But you will rebel against the system. And when people rebel against the system, it brings innovation. Those are the people that change the world. The people that fall into line into the system, who do as the system told, just get grounded to dust. We see it every day. It's gotten worse. The card is also associated with the element of air, which represents a free spirit because air can't be restrained. You flow and go wherever you need to be. But like I said, society may think you're foolish, but don't pay them any mind and go where you need to go. As a man, you don't need to pay attention to the opinions of others. What your responsibility is to handle what needs to be handled and do what you are meant to do. All these other things, they don't matter. Whether it be about celebrities, drama in the extended friend group, what politicians are doing, these things don't matter, especially when you can't have effect on the wider world around you. What you need to focus is on you and what you are supposed to be doing and figuring out how you yourself can figure out what path you're going down. Now, I'm not an expert in magic and in the occult. I am far from that. And I don't promise things will get better. Because ultimately, I just want to give you the same tools that I have, and it's up to you to take the accountability to use them. But what I do promise is I'm going to share everything that I've learned so far and what I continue to learn. Because it's helped me a great deal. I was addicted to coke and drinking alcohol until I figured things out. And I stopped. Because there is something bigger than myself that was leading myself to what I needed to be. So I thank you for taking the time to listen to this. And I'm hoping to meet you all soon. Thank you very much.